everyone, Nobi One back with another reaction. How's it going? Before we get into it, y'all already know y'all can hit that post notification bell for me to let y'all know when I'm coming at y'all with another video. I would deeply appreciate it. All right, I'm gonna talk a lot of bullshit in this reaction because this is about my boy. We got a reaction from the dude Louista, Luista, I guess. It's about Jaden Smith, the nepo baby who couldn't make it. If I'm just gonna say right now, if this nigga does not, I already know what he ain't gonna bring up in this reaction. He ain't gonna bring up Flint. He ain't gonna bring up Just Water. Which shout out Just Water. It's Jaden and Will's water bottle company. But he ain't gonna bring that up when it's him trying to bring people together to help clean oceans, get plastic out of oceans and stuff like that. He ain't gonna bring up the fact that him, Mateo, and Moises made Misfits Rep, made one of the most amazing groups slash movements, brands of all time, in my opinion. And he just ain't gonna bring him to that stuff. I already know he's not. But this is a 30-minute video. I'm a put it fast, so we're not like spend a whole bunch of time on this. So, all right, let's do it. All right, y'all. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Actually, I'm gonna go big for this one. I'm gonna go big for this one. All right, let's get it, y'all. Let's get it. Jaden Smith, the nepo baby who couldn't make it.
Jaden Smith was born into a unique position in hip-hop, the son of a man who obtained the first Grammy for the culture before going on to become a megastar in the always insane world of Hollywood. Will and Jada's son was essentially born to succeed, and though that came with its advantages, it also placed a heavy burden on his shoulders.
Think about it. He is the first rich black kid, really, like, of royalty, where people are like, you're Will Smith's dad. He's the most visible example of it. Like, he has room to fail.
Yet, he has certainly taken advantage of that room to fail, just as Gambino alluded to. But the problem is that he has done so in a way that the prospect of viewing him as a star in his own right, as opposed to the weird kid of Fresh Prince, is practically impossible for a lot of people, particularly when he has done a million things that have cemented that reputation. It's your boy Luesta, and this is why
Luesta. Okay, Luesta.
When you see Jaden Smith in the headlines,
wait, what did he say?
And this is why Jaden Smith can never succeed.
That's crazy.
Jaden Smith in the headlines, it's more often than not because of something other than his music. And alongside that, he's usually getting clowned on for some publicity stunts or over-the-top antics, or just straight up being annoying. Just look at the recent attire he chose to sport at this year's Grammys and how everyone responded to it. Appearing alongside his sister, the similarly eccentric Willow, Jaden baffled the internet once again when he decided to rock a castle on his head, which was designed by the Transylvanian designers Abodi.
So when it comes to you seeing that that's actually by a designer, that is actually by a famous designer, people still call it weird and say that it has no purpose. But this nigga is a fashion icon. He's trying his best to become a fashion icon. When he does fashionable stuff like that, like things that are designed by famous designers, people call it weird. Well, that's fashion. A lot of people in high stakes fashion call a lot of things people in that category weird. A lot of normal ass people call that shit weird. So, like, what the fuck? That's how it is.
Understandably, people were a little baffled by this decision, but more than that, they were actively annoyed by what they were seeing. My teen girl says it's giving pick-me energy. What the heck is wrong with him? I wouldn't want to sit behind him at the award show. Anything for attention. So sad. Understandably for Jaden, this has increasingly become the reaction when he does anything. But this certainly didn't happen overnight, and
not really.
Does he really have anyone to blame but himself? Where the public were once interested enough in what he had to say that his debut album went gold, he's now in a tough spot where everything he does gets diminishing returns.
Oh man, that was such a good song. Scarface was such a good song.
Musically at least, he's at a point where it doesn't seem like he'll ever better the commercial success he saw back when he appeared alongside Justin Bieber on Never Say Never. Now, it would be disingenuous to act like he doesn't have his supporters who do vibrate with what he's putting out. As to some people, Jaden's outlook on life is an inherently refreshing one. Some even labeled him as innovative, and that they were really proud of him, while others referred to him as a national treasure. But it's fair to say that the vast majority of people who aren't specifically subscribing to his mindset, Jaden's journey through hip-hop seems like a missed opportunity that has been squandered by his own behavior. And while you may not realize it, he's been on this path for a long time. As you might have expected, Jaden claims he has been hip-hop and its culture since birth.
When I was like 3 months old, like going to like Baltimore and Philly when I was like very, very young, that's where my parents are from, and kind of just being exposed to a little bit of what they were exposed to when they were growing up. But I was so young that, you know, it's just kind of even, it's hard for me to remember like when I'm 3 months old in Philly and Baltimore, but I would say that was like my first time really going back to where my parents are from and seeing how people...
Bro, and it's funny because niggas, even the comments were saying like, we're talking about him bringing this up. And it's like he even said that he can't really remember this shit because he was so young. Like,
treat them in their hometowns, and then understanding like Fresh Prince and stuff. And like I remember watching that when I was mad young too, like everyone else. I would watch all of it, and you know, that was some of my first contact with like, you know, my parents in that scene and in that world. But I just remember getting older and like getting an iPod and just putting like my favorite like albums on there, and just listening to them, you know, like 50 Cent, Eminem and stuff. I was really into that when I was young.
Nurtured by the Fresh Prince himself and his wife, actress Jada Pinkett Smith, Jaden was homeschooled by his parents, eventually stepping into the world of film with blockbuster roles in The Pursuit of Happiness and The Karate Kid, giving him a chance to break free from his father's shadow.
Which is
no
such an
matter how
amazing
far
movie.
He went, he could never quite outrun it.
Such
And
good
in
movie.
early interviews, he opened up about not only how his life was a lot different from your normal childhood, but how his father seemed to be doing the utmost to destroy any credibility he could possibly have.
But it's pretty embarrassing when my dad tries to kiss me on the mouth in public.
Oh man, that is bad.
Yeah.
I wonder if he brings up in this the fact that Will forced him to do After Earth, and the After Earth is one of the things that actually made a lot of people in the like a lot of fans, because you can even see he's wearing the Misfits rep stuff right now. During the time when he was wearing a lot of this shit, I was heavily in the Misfits rep. I was repping the fuck out of that shit. Like, bro, like when it comes to me making pro gear, like that was heavily inspired by Misfits rep. Like, so that's what I'm saying. Like when it comes to that, I gotta give that nigga. Hold on. Yeah, I gotta get a nigga a round of applause for that. When it comes to him, Mateo and Moises making Misfits rep, bro, it's like it just hits different, bro. It hits different. It hits way different, man. Oh, here, hold on, man.
That's pretty embarrassing.
But yeah, Will was embarrassing the fuck out this nigga.
In the press conference, he tried to make a heart with our hands like this. I was against that as well.
You weren't down with the heart with Dad.
I was against that as well. And on Ellen, he tried to kiss me, and I almost flipped the couch over. So that was a good time.
I think it's sweet that your dad loves you so much.
I appreciate the love, but there's a time and place to kiss somebody.
I got it. I got it.
Yeah,
to make
facts.
matters worse, his career was about to take a major hit from his first flop, a scarring experience that left him unwilling to pursue that side of entertainment ever again. The problems came from M. Night Shyamalan's After Earth. For those who don't know, this was a big budget sci-fi film starring Will Smith and his son Jaden. And while it had all the makings of a blockbuster hit with big stars, high production value, in a unique setting, it ended up being a huge disappointment both critically and financially. A film which is said to be based on certain aspects of the teachings of Scientology, a church which Will and Jada have allegedly donated to over the years, the film barely scraped $60 million in the United States against its massive $130 million budget. Essentially, it was a flop, scoring an embarrassing 11% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. To make matters worse, Jaden walked away with a Golden Raspberry Award for the worst performance of the year.
Bro, but that's because he told his dad that he did not want to do the movie. He literally told, that's what Will talked about in his book. Jaden, that's one of the reasons why Jaden emancipated himself at 15. Was because this nigga literally told him that he did not want to do this movie, and if he did, the only one that's going to get the bad reaction from this movie is him, because he's your son, and people are gonna say he's the one giving the bad performance. That's how it goes.
Book, Will opened up about how starring in the film alongside him deeply affected Jaden, making it
okay. Good. I'm okay. He did bring this up. He is bringing this up. Good.
In their relationship. Fans and the press were absolutely vicious. They said and printed things about Jaden that I refused to repeat. He claimed, Jaden had faithfully done everything that I'd instructed him to do, until I had coached him into the worst public mauling he'd ever experienced.
Yeah.
As it turns out, this experience was so painful that he almost tried to leave his family behind. At 15 years old, when Jaden was asked about being an emancipated minor, my heart shattered. He ultimately decided against it, but it sucks to feel like you've hurt your kids. But in typical fashion for the time, the Smith family tried to maintain the illusion that they were the perfect family. And in an interview...
Bro, but that's the thing though, like, do you really leave your parents when you move into the spot down the street from them? The nigga was still living in Hidden Hills when he emancipated himself. Because I read that he moved into the crib that Jaden and Will were living in while their house was getting built. The house that they were born in, that not really like born in, that they were living in early when before Will got his house in Calabasas. They were living in Hidden Hills, and the house that Jaden was living in with Mateo, Moises, and everybody, that's the house that that he got to live in now. Or that he was living in back then when he moved in with everybody and he was heavily pushing Misfits rap. That was during the Atlantis song, when that Atlantis song came out. Like I just want to have fun, girl. I just want to have fun, girl. I want to, girl. Show you what it is, girl. I want to make it too. That shit, man. Niggas don't really know the old shit like that.
The pair joked about it as if it wasn't a real trauma for them to endure.
Now, speaking of that, I just heard when we were talking this morning about you being here that you are trying to become emancipated. Is that right?
See, here's the
See,
thing.
that's so weird that you gonna bring it. See, that's why I don't like Ellen. Ellen is gonna bring up all the awkward shit on camera that we supposed to be talking about backstage, and she gonna bring it up on camera. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
The thing that people don't get is everything at his house is free. So I can get anything and everything that I want at his house. So I think I'm going to be there for 20, 30 more years.
Yeah, see, exactly. He's making a joke out of it.
Bigger than one of his movies.
But obviously, the nigga was hurt. Because now, if niggas really was a follower of Jaden like how I was back then, niggas remember the post that he put on his story when he got in his Tesla and he was arguing with his dad about wanting to leave the crib. That he made a whole Instagram post on this story about wanting to leave the house. I remember that shit.
So where'd that come from?
I think I made a joke in Tokyo. Yeah. No, I mean, my baby boy, he's never leaving me ever. No emancipation for the Smith kids.
No emancipation for the Smith kids.
Little did we all know that would be a sign of things to come for the family. Whether it was conscious or not, it was around this time that Jaden began to reinvent his public image. Suddenly, he would begin to deliver a succession of cryptic tweets, painting himself as a deep thinker with broader
It's your birthday, Mateo said. I didn't respond. Are you not excited to be 15? He asked. Reading my book, I turned 15 long ago. If I were white and not Will Smith's silly son, I would be the most respected philosopher of our time. You do not know who you are or why you're here. So when you see someone who does this, bro, oh my God, bro. How long ago is this? Is from 2013 to 15. Oh my fucking Jesus. Like, bro, especially with him talking to Mateo. That shit was old. I remember that tweet.
The little guy from the Karate Kid. And it was around this exact time that suddenly he was giving himself reason to be clowned at all times. This is the era where the infamous Jaden Smith tweets began. We could be here all day reading them, so let's just take a look at a few examples. No pain, no gain. Young Kurt Cobain. Dear everybody.
Oh my God, bro. Niggas is getting disjudged off of fucking tweets. Like, bro, be quiet.
Please show me.
Oh my God, this video is stupid.
They'd be the most intelligent beings on planet Earth.
Cool, it's fucking tweets.
About his rapping abilities, for a kid who had only released one mixtape with a cool cafe at the time, Jaden's tweets continued to entertain.
And also singles. What the fuck? The nigga was making a whole bunch of singles and mixtapes. Like, that's just like, niggas only gonna count what they see, bro.
While some people just took it as a little rich kid playing at being profound.
Like, that nigga was performing a lot. The nigga made a lot of music that didn't get released on to any platforms because he was performing them he had songs that he was using at a lot of performances that were only for performances.
Others, including some of those close to him, began to take issue, including longtime friend Tyler the Creator, who responded with,
"Nigga, that's one tweet. That's literally one fucking tweet." But yeah, okay, he made that tweet at him, but literally the year after that, Jaden made the whole "he's my boyfriend" joke, and Tyler fucked around with him on that.
Out of school.
Like, there's literally like, bro, niggas is stupid,
bro. We have a much more
bro.
intelligent society. With every thought from his head coming from a place of privilege, it was hard to take anything he said seriously. Instead, it wound up with him being the butt.
And it's so funny, bro. He hasn't brought up Misfits rep not one time during half of this video. During the 8 minutes of this video, he has not brought up Misfits rep not one time. If y'all really knew what Misfits rep was and actually understood what it was and how many people he had behind that movement, you would understand when it comes to everyone, that the people who are real fans of him, understanding who the nigga actually is. Like, bro, like, and again, he is not bringing up Flint. He is not bringing up Just Water. And he has not brought up the feeding the homeless people or the black activist stuff.
For that reason, it wasn't even the only time he got Tyler's wrath around this time.
Jaden Smith said you really wrecked his sneakers when you come out of the crib.
He's a fucking
Jaden Smith
is a fucking Jaden, I hate you.
Nigga, Tyler was saying this about everybody. Tyler was literally saying this about everybody. This is during Odd Future Tyler. Tyler doesn't even like this side of himself, he said multiple times. There's a reason why he doesn't go back to any of the old Odd Future stuff. Because he said he don't really fuck with this side of himself no more like that. He ain't a kid no more. He was calling everybody that slur and saying that to everybody. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
For real? Hey, that's my nigga though.
Alongside releasing the
that's
second
his nigga
project
though.
in his Cool Tape series, Jaden would continue to aggravate the public with his behavior. Not least of all, when he turned up to Kanye West and Kim Kardashian's wedding in a white Batman outfit, creating some of the most surreal images.
Yeah, that was the same Batman outfit that he also wore to his prom at his school that he was going to after he was homeschooled.
You'll ever see from a guest. Right away, this got him promptly roasted. The hero no one needs, and hopefully no one deserves. You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become Jaden Smith. Still, if you ask Jaden, he was on the right path. In interviews from around this time, he portrayed himself as though he was pushing boundaries in a way that was artistic rather than simply annoying. So much so that there's articles online that highlight some of his most cringe quotes of one particular interview where Jaden Smith was explaining that he really liked Apple products, before then making it 10 times deeper than it really was. Saying that he likes anything you can shock somebody with. The only way to change something is to shock it. If you want your muscles to grow, you have to shock them. If you want society to change, you have to shock them. Eager to be taken seriously as an artist, Jaden rose from the ashes of his wrecked film career to try and make it as an MC for real this time. And in interviews leading up to the release of—
And the nigga's not even gonna bring up the other movies that he was doing and the TV show that he was doing. Bro, that's not— if he does not bring up The Get Down or the movie about the girl that had cancer that he was doing before this album came out, but then I don't want to hear what he's talking, bro. This video is stupid as fuck, and I'm disliking this video.
Young adults cry in their room or have like psychedelic experiences, like listening to my music, and like have like a life-changing moment. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to do. I've never really been in love with the industry. I've always been in love with the connecting of abysses.
It's so funny. It's so funny to me when niggas hear Jaden say this nigga's too deep about the music, but when Willow says this about finding herself in her music, they call her a goddess. And it's like, bro, they both say the same. Jaden and Willow both say the same shit about their music. They both say the same thing about their music, but one of them gets sprayed and calls annoying for it. That's so weird.
Specifically, he wanted to emulate the man.
But I love Willow though. Like, I love both of you. I love both of them.
Who made you as a young adult?
Specifically, he wanted to emulate the man who did that for him.
Who made you do that? Who made you as a young adult cry in your room listening to their music?
Cudi, you know what I mean? Cudi would always say things.
Bro, Cudi is one of the kings of the emo hop era. We all know that. Cudi literally started the emo hop era. Like, Day and Night was one of the first emo hop songs that broke the waves like that. Like, what is niggas talking about?
That
just
would like change my life. And then
when niggas was crying in their houses to music, I bet you Day and Night was on that playlist, nigga.
I thought it was just me and my brother for a while, and then I got older and started going to festivals, and then I realized, like, oh man, everybody feels like that. Like, everybody has felt that from Cudi. Everybody says that Cudi saved their life. Everybody, you know, if you're born at that right time, everybody was in high school and just like chilling.
Bro.
Everybody had that same experience listening to Cudi. If someone listened to Cudi, you knew like something about them. You know what I mean? It's like you can tell certain things about them.
But no matter for instance, same thing with Mac Miller. A lot of the public weren't on board, particularly when he kept giving off the pompous vibe of a bratty rich kid who'd been taught.
Bro, it's because, nigga, bro, stop it.
Was special. We don't think a lot of music out there is that cool. Jaden once said of himself and his sister Willow. So we make our own music. We don't have any song that we like to listen to on the PCH by any other artist, you know? This quote from Jaden is important because it basically sets the scene for how he'd carry himself from there on out. In his mind, he was the intellectual savior of hip-hop, claiming the title icon out there.
Bro, this nigga was helping. See, bro, if this nigga does not bring up Misfits Rep and the shit that he was doing with Misfits Rep music, Misfits Rep's Thrift, all that shit, bro, then I do not want to hear this shit, bro.
Make his album sound as profound as possible.
So with this album, I want you to talk to me, who is Sire to you? Because that's like, you know, it's so crazy. I really love that you formed this alter ego. Like, who is he to you? Like, what is that? What does that mean to you?
Well, to me, Sire is the kid who always chases the sun, but he's kind of like Cupid.
Okay.
He's like a modern Cupid. he's a symbol of love and teenage love, but most of all, he's a symbol of teenage heartbreak.
Yeah.
Bro, if you
And
listen to the music, it is
like a
that.
myth, like a legend, like you know, like fucking like Zeus. You know, like Sire exists in the clouds, on the mountaintops. You know, like in the sunset, and he just represents lost teenage youth, lost love.
Yeah, bro.
Are we gonna keep meeting him on future albums? We're gonna get to know him better.
Yeah, you're gonna keep meeting him through the series of my music videos, and then through the film that I'm gonna release, the Sire movie, and then you'll meet the other alter ego, Iris.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Iris is
Despite
good
his
too.
best efforts, it doesn't connect. Deemed corny by many, his debut album Sire is his most successful album to date, peaking at number 24 on the charts and going gold. But reviews were mixed at best, with popular critics such as Fantano.
Bro, this nigga's a racist. I don't give a fuck what nobody says, bro. This nigga has been viewed as a racist, giving black people downward criticisms on their music for a lot of things. I don't fuck this nigga, and that's why I do not get this nigga who's making this video is fucking stupid. That's like, bro, like nah, bro, like oh my god, bro. This is the nigga you bring up.
Like in general, this record is
This is the nigga you bring up when it comes to someone criticizing his music or talking about his music at all. This is who you bring up. The one nigga who talks down about almost every black artist that he reviews. That's not Drake or Kendrick or J. Cole or someone that's big in the industry that's probably paying him for his review. Bro, come on. Yeah, bro. This video is I'm disliking the fuck out of this video, bro.
There's just too much filler. There's too much awful moments. There's too much completely drab, boring, average, run-of-the-mill, trendy, thoughtless, and middlebrow songs on this thing for it to truly be entertaining and worthy of the runtime.
That's so stupid. That's so stupid. Bro, even being a kid that didn't grow up rich or didn't grow up nothing like that, when it came to me listening to Jaden's music, I felt a connection through when he talked about heartbreak and dealing with emotions and dealing with relationships and I felt a lot of what he was saying. Bro, if you even listen to Cool Cafe, if you listen to Butterflies, Timeless, bro, nigga, stop, bro. The song that Higher Up, like, bro, the nigga was spitting good music. Everyone I show Jaden's music to that's a real hip hop person that really knows hip hop, and whenever I show them the heavy bar, good beat hitting songs that be on his albums, they always love it. They always love it. Nigga, if you listen to Iris is Beautiful, or it's like, yeah, Iris is Beautiful, Iris is Bad, those are 4 heavy hitting songs that if you listen to that nigga, like, bro, the nigga makes good music. The nigga makes good music. When it comes to people criticizing him for the cringy stuff that he does online, it's so funny when people saw Tyler doing that stuff. We call Tyler cool and edgy for it, but when Jaden does all the cringy shit, we don't call him edgy for it. He's just being a snotty rich kid. Nigga, do y'all know that Tyler has only worked one job in his whole life, and that was at Starbucks? The nigga has been a prodigy of music since he was in high school. The nigga's had money since high school. Like, bro, like that. When it comes to niggas like that, bro, like that, bro, he is not once in this video brought up Just Water, him helping the homeless, him helping Flint, him having Misfits rep and helping so many kids find who they actually are. Being real indigos, being real sun kid, bro. Stop playing, bro. Niggas really do not know, bro.
To make himself into an icon
niggas just see what they see on the internet and just go claim off of that.
One of the biggest reasons Jaden struggles to succeed, despite his privileged upbringing, is that failure doesn't really cost him anything. Bad reviews and mediocre sales don't affect him the way they would with a regular artist. And the same goes for Aries, its sequel, which peaked at number...
Bro, the fact that you just said Aries is fucking stupid. It's Iris. It's not Aries, it's Iris. The fact that you can't even say the album right is wild to me.
On the charts, but got far worse reviews. Described by Pitchfork as mostly a slog, they went on to say that it was the sound of an artist.
The Young Plymouth's latest album is mostly a slug. It's the sound of an artist with a blurry vision and too many resources at his disposal. What?
With a blurry vision and too many resources at his disposal.
Who the
and
fuck
sure
made
enough,
that
it was a far
fucking?
cry from what his dad wound up.
It's so crazy because people don't know a lot of those ratings come from one person. A lot of these ratings on those platforms come from one singular person. So if they just don't like the music, they're gonna give it a bad rating. That's why people don't give a fuck about people who make those kind of ratings for albums.
His
Like
album
it's
failed.
We released our next album, and it was like a flop. It was a tragedy. It went like double plastic.
I had spent most of my money, like all of it. I spent all my money.
And I didn't forget, but I didn't pay the IRS. In my mind, I mean, I wasn't like trying to avoid paying taxes. I was just like, oh damn, they need their money. The IRS took all that stuff. So I was like, broke. Being famous and broke is a shitty combination. Because you're still famous and people recognize you, but they recognize you while you sitting next to them on the bus.
Where Will had to hustle, Jaden got to breeze by without any hardship for releasing a subpar project. All the while, he kept torturing people with cringe-inducing quotes where he proclaimed his own greatness.
I'm not a Mayan. I don't have the crystal skulls, and I don't have all of this ancient infinite.
Why do you keep bringing this nigga up? You keep bringing the nigga up who, like I said, talk shit about every black artist. Bro, stop.
But I am a menace, and I am terrorizing this beat right now. There are some things I have done that are very, very iconic, like wearing a skirt at Louis Vuitton, or like crying in my music videos. So I feel like that's iconic because no one does those things.
Which is true. I would say which is
I
true.
guess I get why people are so magnetized by Jaden Smith. Like, he thinks that he's so unique, and he's so profound, and he's so special.
Bro, besides when it comes to... He's saying when it comes to the niggas of people who do the style of music like he does, the nigga raps with A$AP Rocky, the nigga raps with Rich the Kid, the nigga raps with other gangster ass artists, other ghetto artists, other hood artists. When it comes to him rapping and seriously rapping, those are the other artists that he be around. What other artists be wearing the kind of stuff that he be wearing when it comes to him modeling out stuff and trying to become a fashion icon? No one does that besides Young Thug. Young Thug is the only other one to wear a big ass flannel dress as his album cover, be butt ass naked on his album cover. But yet when he does it, he gets looked at as a fucking visionary. But like that's the crazy part. Like what the fuck?
Trailblazing. And I think a lot of people want to feel that way. I'm sure it's a great feeling, but the price you pay for that always, there's no other price for this. The price you pay for that always is a stunning lack of self-awareness. A stunning
Bro,
lack
stop.
of
Bro, stop.
self-awareness.
Bro,
And
stop.
somehow it just kept getting worse.
Bro,
They
stop.
receive that hate is because they do things other people don't do. You know what
Problem with that statement is twofold. One, I feel like Jaden is kind of suffering from a bit of a Cuddy complex on this thing. Like, all of his art exists through this lens of everyone doesn't like me, I have tons of people that don't like me, it's me versus the world, and I'm taking all this hate, I'm taking all this negativity, and I'm just like this master of my domain.
Nigga, what? If that's the vibe that you're getting from the music, and bro, that's crazy.
Because I can just take it. You can hate on me.
Bro, most of his music is relationship influenced. Where in any of his music do you hear him going against the world and not him expressing his feelings of him being in, like he said, teenage emotion and teenage heartbreak? Where is that? Where do you say he literally is telling you what his music is giving off, and you're saying it's giving off something else that he is not saying what it is? That's weird. That's
just
weird.
Fucking crucify me. Like, the more people hate you,
What
and
the
more
fuck?
people
Where are
dislike
you getting that
is
from?
Not necessarily the mark of a good artist. Like, certainly, I feel like you can't please everybody, and you have to at least kind of piss some people off.
And that's
show that you're doing
exactly,
something right.
bro, that's exactly what the fuck he's doing. Is that not what you do when it comes to you being in a black, low-key, male-dominated space who shits on people wearing dresses and skirts and other stuff like that females would wear? You get hated on for that. No other artist usually does that. So what the fuck are you fucking talking about? This nigga is stupid. This nigga, oh my god, bro, this nigga sounds dumb.
But if
bro,
all you're doing is
like
negativity,
what?
or at least all you're gauging your success by is negativity, you're
See,
kinda
and that's
in
the
a
thing
bit of
though.
a
When it comes to Jaden's music, it's not negative. It's just, if you want me to be an honest critique of when it comes to Jaden's music and saying something bad about it, he's just a big crybaby. The nigga literally, and that's the worst thing that I can say about it. He's just a big crybaby. Most of his music is about him crying about the girl that left him, the relationship that didn't work out, how he could have expressed his love different, how he could have how shit could have went different. How like nigga, if you listen to Blue Ocean is literally him crying to Kylie Jenner when they were dating. bro. Like, what are we talking about? Which is one of his most emotional songs that he has. That came out when he was 15. When it comes to Sire, I would say what? Lost Boy is one of the most emotional songs on there. Lost Boy is about him being lost but him losing himself through a relationship. He's a lost boy in his own head. That's like, bro, like, nigga, what the fuck? Like, bro,
State of
like,
mind there.
Boasting 87,000 likes on his video, it's safe to say that people agree with Fantano's point of view. This kid has clearly lived in a
not
bubble his
really.
whole life,
The
where he was
fuck?
told how brilliant he is. And with all the money
Hold
in the
on,
world,
wait
kid
a
has
minute.
pinged
Wait.
87,000
Yeah, 5,000 also
likes on his
disliked the video
it's
too.
safe to say
What
that
the
people
fuck?
agree with Fantano's point of view. This kid has clearly lived in a bubble.
But I guess we
his whole
don't. Yeah,
life,
we're not
where
gonna
he was
count that.
told how brilliant he is, and with all the money in the world to help him, you can see why he turned out this way. At least Lil Pump consciously knows he's a troll and goes with it. In spite of the fact that his own art wasn't exactly setting the world on fire, Jaden continued to move with a superiority complex, which made it.
All I gotta say is when it comes to these videos, he's definitely more creative than most rappers when it comes to it. Bro, it's so funny. Like, niggas will see videos like this and will be like, the nigga's doing too much. It's too complicated. He's trying to be something he's not. But when other rappers do it, like Lil Yachty, like Trippie Redd, but they're looked at as visionaries when they do the same thing this nigga's doing. Tell me why I've never seen Trippie Redd come out with looped videos for his music before. Tell me why the year after Jaden does it, and it was for Sire, Trippie Redd starts doing it himself too. Almost every single song on his album was a looped video, and I think Trippie Redd came out with like 5 singles that had looped videos for his next album. I'm like, bro, like, come on, man. Bro, and he again is not once brought up Misfits rep or anything like that. Like, bro,
like
come
he was
on.
better than those around him.
And I look and I go around sometimes and I hang out with other people that are my age and they're just kind of
Bro, but I mean, to a degree, I understand that. Mateo was way older than him. Moises is way older than him. Like, bro, like, what are we talking about? Like,
I'm just like, dude.
that's why when it comes to a lot of the kids his own age, Misfits rep was the one thing that was telling everybody to be different. The group of people, when it comes to him talking about, like you said, the economic political state of the world, he hangs out with kids that think the same way. He says the other modern day kids that he normally be around when it comes to him being in other spaces, not the spaces that he chooses to be around. Like, what the fuck? Like,
oh my god, like, can we talk about like the political and economic state of the world right now?
And unsurprisingly, this went down terribly with the general public. And if you had a negative view on him before, this seemed to basically solidify it. When you are born into wealth and privilege and never had any real problems, you go looking for them. Him and his family are so unbelievably out of touch with reality.
And all the comments are about his comment. Read all the replies. Did you talk about the political and economic state of our country at Coachella? Let's talk about the political state of the world. Wait, oh, this is just this one? I saw lots of videos on TikTok of people being like, bro, you're a fucking kid. Like, bro, we're at recess.
Well,
dude.
right, because I believe he was, I don't know if he said it in that clip, but I think he was referring to when he was like 12 or 13.
They're like, dude, this is recess.
Being kids.
but did y'all also know that he was also homeschooled? Like, what are we talking about? He was also homeschooled.
Just like enabling him. I don't know anything about
kids
him.
my own age, and I look and I go around sometimes and I hang out with other people that are my age and they're just kind of
Yeah, hang out. He's not at school, nigga. That's because he's at places where he don't want to be around, that he has to be put around. Like, it's. Bro, we all know kids like that. We all know people like that who just live in their own world and don't know reality. I don't think Jaden is one of them kids. Like, I know I grew up with kids who didn't know shit about what's going on, and since they were rich kids, they only cared about what they had going on and what's popular out now, to be amongst the popular people. That's, bro, to me, that's not Jaden, bro. Like, bro, even when it comes to that Just Water bottle sitting right next to Big Boy, it's so funny how when it comes to that's the only part of the interview that anyone ever brings up. Big Boy talked to Jaden about Just Water in this interview and him helping the homeless, but nobody clipped that. Nobody has clips that shit out of the interviews to show up to people. because nobody cares about that shit. Like this, like, bro, that's crazy as fuck to me.
How he does that.
So that's Big Boy. He's like a legend in LA radio hip hop.
159.
Yeah, he's like a legend. So I'm interested. I'm just curious why he had Jaden Smith.
Amid giving the public more and more reasons to
You're
join him,
weird,
Jaden
bro.
stayed the course,
You're weird.
explaining why he regards himself as a pioneer.
I just wanted to dive into a different type of style of music and really learn and kind of challenge myself as well and push myself.
I mean, if you listen to Iris, and if you also, well, not Iris, if you listen to CTV3, name me one other artist name me one other hip hop artist that's making music like that. There really is no other artist that's making music like CTV3. That's a hip hop artist. Like, it's like, bro, what are we talking about?
Musically, and I'm always trying to do something that hasn't been done. I'm always trying to push some type of boundary on the edge of something. So, we were trying to do that again with this album, and we're trying to do it even more so and like kind of get the point across even more with the deluxe version.
He even had the audacity to suggest that he was now a threat to the kings of the game. I always felt like little homie before, and that allowed me in all their circles, said Jaden. But now that I'm on the charts next to them, I'm not really little homie anymore.
Bro.
It's more like you can't hang out with us anymore. We didn't know you were making an album.
Niggas be so
time.
critical
you were
about
just
the
little
small
homie
shit
getting us
that
free
niggas be
water and shit.
saying.
You're not really cool with us anymore. While every musical movement makes waves, Jaden is stuck eternally trying too hard and only really garnering.
Not really.
He says something outrageous. From a stunt where he pretended to be Tyler the Creator's boyfriend.
I just want to say Tyler the Creator
No,
is the best friend in the world, and I love
nigga,
him so fucking
oh
much.
my fucking god.
And I wanna
But when
tell you guys
when he
something.
trolls, it's not funny.
I want to tell you.
But when he
Tyler
trolls, it's
doesn't
not
wanna
funny.
say, but Tyler's my motherfucking boyfriend, and he's been my motherfucking boyfriend my whole fucking life. Tyler,
Bro,
the
oh my
Creator,
God,
is my fucking boyfriend.
But when he trolls, nobody want to laugh. But when he trolls, he's doing too much and nobody want to laugh. That makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. He said.
To a Style Icons video where he pinpointed a Greek god as someone he wanted to emulate.
Number 2, I think Poseidon. Poseidon has influenced me all types of
Nigga, oh my god, bro, niggas don't understand when it could, bro. This was during the time that when the Wavy Babies came out, and the nigga was doing all the water Wavy Baby shit. Like, nigga, oh my fucking god, a lot of water drip, all that kind of shit. Like, nigga, bro, oh my god, niggas don't understand, bro.
Sculptures though has a lot of drapes, just with the drapes and with the silhouettes.
Niggas don't understand, bro.
Always when I was young, always got to me. Always knew that he was one of my fashion icons, inspirations. Poseidon has a lot of chains and jewels. He also has a huge, like, trident. He has a trident, it's lit, and he's lit. It's just vibes. Poseidon.
And rather than being treated as an equal in the way he sought, Jaden continued to be sunned by the true stars of hip-hop for how he was moving.
Went on tour with Thug. He's the coolest person ever, and we would hang out every single day. And he used to always come into my dressing room and be like, bro, there's no girls in here. And I'd be like, oh, no, and he'd be like, bro, I haven't seen you with any girls.
Wasn't that during the time that he was dating Odessa during the Young Thug tour, I
really
swear.
Worried. I would like go and hang out with people just so that like he would see me, so that he wouldn't worry. That was the best tour experience ever.
Now,
bro, I swear he was dating Odessa during that time.
Engagement with his music is in the rear view mirror. These days, even his official videos average around 1 million views and are essentially capped there. Overall, it doesn't seem like he can escape his family shadow.
When that happens, is it completely like that's the entertainment world and that doesn't affect the family, or do you guys just call and text and check on one another and make sure everybody's head screwed on right?
It's kind of like that's the entertainment world, and this is totally different.
Right.
We kind of like, it's like, yeah, because also by the time anyone is like writing or talking about anything, it's like we've been
beyond.
It's old news for us. You know what I mean? Like, it's like anything that's in the news has had the time to happen and then go out. So by the time it's going out, people think it's happening, but it's actually has already happened.
That's a major key, no? It allows you to deal with it. So
that's what it feels.
Yeah, I've seen all that.
With Red Table Talk appearances didn't help either.
You and Daddy never told us really what type of world you guys came from.
Yeah.
We just thought that you guys just sprouted up out of the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, the nigga's
Jaden seems to
fucking
be more
around,
than
bro.
aware that for the most part, the public isn't rooting for him. Even when he tried to show off his gym gains, he had to do so through the lens of the way people see about him online. Haters will post the one on the left and ignore the one on the right. Like, damn, can a man have his phases? All in all, Jaden is in a tough spot, as unless you go out
What's
of your
so
way to be a supporter,
bro? Niggas will see that, but nigga, bro, but okay, again, the nigga in the both of these pictures, right? He was on tour during the Iris tour. This nigga was on 3 different tours in almost a year. He did the Misfits rep tour. He did, I swear, the tour with him and his sister, and then did a whole Iris tour by himself after that. The nigga was tired. Imagine doing 3 tours almost in the span of a fucking year. What are you talking about? And I swear each of those tours had like 50 dates to them. So like, bro, like, nigga, like, what are we talking about? And this side was during the time that he came out with that movie with that girl that had cancer. The girl that had cancer, I forgot what movie it was, and all that stuff like that. But that was during the time because he was getting portrayed that he was an athlete in the movie. And then he ended up shaving his head again. And then like, bro, what are niggas talking about? Like, oh my fucking God.
Man have his phases. All in all, Jaden is in a tough spot, as unless you go out of your way to be a supporter of his, you either don't hear about his new work or you choose to write it off as just more music from Will Smith's weird kid. Even though he played a key role in creating the water box for Flint, Michigan during the height of the crisis.
Thank you. Okay, at least you brought that up. At least you brought up the Flint, Michigan shit.
He really has his heart in the right place in some ways. It still hasn't earned him any
some ways.
Right now,
what do you mean
he
in
might be
some
releasing
ways?
The most accomplished work of his career, and it wouldn't be enough. Because where he once had the capabilities to momentarily outrun his family's name, the collective distaste for the Smiths has made everything a whole lot harder for him to overcome. Back in the day, people used to wonder how someone like Jaden could be the product of a guy like Will Smith. Almost universally beloved, Will was a platinum-selling artist, a constant box office attraction, and even made a successful journey into YouTube. And above all, he did it.
Bro, you literally answered the question with the Will Smith video you made. Will ruined his. You literally said Will ruined this nigga's chances
without sacrificing that good guy image, or so we thought.
I'm coming into a space. How have you maintained your authenticity? Because I mean, you come from Philly, you've gone through everything. Like your journey's been crazy. Like how have you maintained that? You know, it's really interesting. It's like the idea. I haven't maintained my authenticity per se. I've maintained my character, right? I've maintained my beliefs, character in 2 senses. I've maintained my character of Will Smith, and I've maintained my.
Now, when it comes to me watching Young Don doing the reaction about the Will Smith one that this dude made, I agree that when it comes that like Will Smith is a product of maintaining an image of who someone else wants you to be and not who you want to be. Because he brings up the whole thing about his grandmother leaving the note in his book about his raps and him swearing in his raps, and his mom being like, intelligent people don't need to swear in their music, which is dumb as fuck, and I don't agree on that. But like, not calling his grandmother dumb as fuck, like not saying that, but like I'm saying like I just don't like that sentiment because you're not letting a person be who they really are. Like if he want to swear in his music, let him swear in his music. Like he can still be intelligent and still want to swear in his music. Like I feel like we don't have to equate the two. Like to me that's I'm sorry if I'm keeping you awake. Okay. Like that's like to me that's I don't know, that's just weird. Like that's just weird to me.
Personal character of what I believe in. So, but in terms of authenticity, the character Will Smith signs every autograph and is always happy and wants to see the fans and is always in a good mood, and that's actually not authentic, right? I do want to slap somebody, you know, every once in a while. So in terms of authenticity, I have successfully maintained positivity, and now I'm working more to maintain authenticity.
And while we all know the moment when the wheels officially came off,
slapped the heat out of that man.
Will Smith just smacked the shit out of him.
I woke up to that. I woke up to reactions on that.
Long before the slap occurred.
The idea for me is I painted myself into a corner with Will Smith, right? And I realized that, you know, we have our childhood traumas and we have our experiences, and then we all create these characters that are going to be our characters that defend us in the world. There's certain things we can't do, there's certain things we can't say, certain ways we react when people do something. Then that character wins some things for us. It's like, oh, we succeed by behaving this way. Then what happens, you get to a point where it stops working as well.
well. And the reason that it stops working is because it's not true.
But once the slap happened, the goodwill was lost once and for all.
It was a lot of things.
Oh, yeah.
The little boy that watched his father beat up his mother, that was a rage that had been bottled for a really long time. But at the end of the day, I lost it. My nephew, Dom, is 9, and he is the sweetest little boy. He's like, you know, we came home, and it's like he had stayed up late to see his Uncle Will, and he's just like, why did you hit that man, Uncle Will? You know, damn it. Why are you trying to Oprah me?
Then, there was his mom's contributions to the whole thing. Ever since she revealed her entanglement with August Alsina, the notion of their perfect relationship exploded in front of their eyes.
Which people need to stop thinking that this nigga was Jaden's friend like that. Now, like, don't get me wrong. I don't know Jaden Smith like that. I've never met him in a day of my life. I've talked to his older brother on different occasions. I've talked to people close to him on different occasions. But to me, I have never seen anything when it comes to me being into Jaden Smith and what he does, and especially what he did for Misfits Rep. I never seen August Alsina wearing a Misfits Rep shirt. I never seen that nigga promote Misfits Rep. So that's how I know that nigga wasn't a real friend, because everybody that is friends with Jaden Smith, he's got them on a Misfits Rep to blow them up in some way, or have used Misfits Rep to help push what they got to go with. Because especially with the movement, because the people that fuck with the movement fuck with each other. So,
while at the same time, destroying Will's cool image as it became increasingly clear that his wife ran his life.
Why are you bringing up? Well, he was. I know.
Wow, dude. It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a relationship. Absolutely.
Immediately, this tarnished their image, leading nothing but hate to come her way ever since.
For Jada in particular, though, she just really came off as the stereotype that a lot of men have about women refusing to be accountable for the ways in which they hurt the men close to them. Jada, in many ways, dances around the nature of this relationship, and at one point,
baby, I'm doing an
entanglement, which makes Will, who this whole time has always played the supportive and aloof partner, break character, where he has to.
All right, well, we all know all this stuff. We all know all this stuff.
Had a knock-on effect on Jaden and Willow. According to a source, the kids feel bad for their dad with all the recent headlines about their parents.
According to a source, what fucking source? What fucking source? Because they have not came out publicly and said anything about it like that, really. Even people close to them that I know personally has not said shit about it. So I don't care where this source you're getting is.
They wish some of their family's private matters remained private. But beyond the emotional impact, it must have taken a professional one too, in that it essentially reduced
when
the
did
whole
he say
family
that?
to a laughingstock. Once among the most revered
Not a
dynasties
source.
in Hollywood, they were now seen as the dysfunctional family that you'd never want to emulate. Reduced to a tabloid figure, the past few years have seen more interest in Jaden's love life than his music. For a while, he was dating an influencer known as Sob Zeta, becoming so infatuated with her that it stopped him from putting out a new project, writing in February of 2024 that, "Album soon, I've been distracted." But after he was caught kissing influencer and model Cleopatra, she was then seen with rapper Diablo, likely shading Smith in a photo of the two of them together. Amid all of this drama, Jaden has tried to persevere and create, even channeling the sadness from the breakup into his music.
Why, after 3 years...
Bro, that's what he does with all of his songs. What the fuck do you think Iris was? What the fuck do you guys think Sire was? Those were all pleads of him getting broken up by females. Nigga, the Sire shit happened when he was with Odessa. Why do you think the 19 video took so long to come out with? Nigga, 19 came out. When did the 19 video come out? 4 or 5 years ago? And like, bro, he dated Odessa 10 years ago almost. Bro, what are we talking about?
Break from music, you decided now was the time to make a return.
Just because I was sad, honestly, and I wanted to share that.
I mean, I think that's a great thing as an artist that you were able to
Niggas always sad.
notice that you had some emotions that you wanted to get out. So is it more difficult to kind of process
That nigga a Taylor Swift to hip hop. That nigga want to use all his relationships to make
It's a
albums.
lot easier.
Since he's now focused on writing from personal experience rather than chasing the icon status, it seemed like he might finally be moving past the cringe phase. However, his recent EP Life was met with heavy criticism. And to make matters worse, it was mostly ignored by both the public and critics. Enough with the self-pity. It's getting pathetic. Ultimately, Jaden's thoughts are at an all.
What EP Life are you talking about? Hold on. I have Apple Music. What EP Life are you talking about? What are you talking about? He didn't drop no. Bro, is this nigga stupid or is this nigga stupid? Where is there an EP called Life?
All-time low. No longer a movie star, discredited as a
What?
ultimately mostly ignored by both. An EP Life was met with heavy. Seemed like he might finally be moving past the cringe phase. However, his recent EP Life on status, it seemed like he might finally be moving past.
He was
the
never
cringe
really
phase.
chasing an
However,
icon
his
status.
recent
The
EP
nigga is
Life-
saying he was born from an icon. Well, he said I'm just the icon living, but yeah, I mean, I guess, but like, still, like, bro, like, nigga, what? Like, oh my gosh,
was met with heavy criticism. And to make matters worse, it was mostly ignored by
bro,
chasing the
that
icon
EP
status.
never
It seemed
came out. What is this nigga talking about? There was never no EP called Life that he ever
like
came
he
out
might
with.
finally be moving past the cringe phase.
What?
However, his recent EP Life was met with heavy criticism. And to make matters worse, it was mostly ignored
What
by both
EP
the public
Life?
and critics. Enough with the self-pity. It's getting pathetic. Ultimately, Jaden's stocks are at an all-time low.
What is he
No longer
talking
a movie
about?
star, discredited as a musician, and trapped under the shadow of his family's reputation, Will and Jada's firstborn is fighting an uphill battle. Even if he were to create the best music of his career or finally become the revolutionary figure he's always claimed to be, it wouldn't matter. His audience has already shrunk, and the damage done over the years may be too great to overcome. It's your boy Luesta, and as always, I want to thank y'all for watching today's video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Sorry, boy, this video's ass, and I'm disliking this video. The nigga literally said he didn't. Like, bro, what? So again, like I said, like I predicted in this video, the only thing that he brought up was the Flint, Michigan thing. He did not bring up that nigga made a company to give homeless people free food. And he did not once talk about Misfits Rep. He did not once bring up Misfits Rep at all. I hate when niggas want to talk about people and not bring up everything. Literally, the movement that he started with Mateo and Moises are the one thing that Willow pushes, Harry pushes, Tyler pushes, and not Tyler Crater, but Tyler Cole. Bro, Misfits Rep is pushed by everybody that he knows because of what it's done for the community that knows him and the people that support him and he knows. Misfits Rep was a movement to help people find out who they really are. To help people find out who they really are. It was for the outsiders, the outcasts, the kids that didn't really fit in with nobody. That's who Misfits Rep was for. That's what he was mainly promoting. That's what he was mainly doing, especially when it came to the music. But I would say there was one point where a lot of that family disbanded. A lot of that shit wasn't getting promoted like how it used to be. Like when my boy Anthony was promoting it heavy. Jordan, Ethan, fucking Javon, fucking bro, like everybody, bro. All these niggas was pushing Misfits Rep. So me included, my boy Abada, my boy Dre, all the niggas from Chicago. Bro, I think I still have pictures from that day and videos of us being at the Chicago Misfits Rep meetup because Ian and Conrad and Nico were supposed to be coming there to hand out merch, and then they were going to be going to, I think, Paris or Cali to go meet up with Jaden because he was touring with Fall Out Boy. Oh, my bag. Y'all, my camera. Saying, when it comes to, you know, Jaden doing a lot of the stuff that this dumbass nigga did not say in this video, it's just disappointing. The stuff with Just Water, the stuff with Flint, he only brought up Flint. That's all he brought up. When it comes to you bringing up only that one tidbit that he has done that's in a positive, when he's done multiple other things positive like that, he didn't bring up the Christian Louboutin stuff. He did not bring up the fact he did not bring up when it comes to him being one of the only male rappers to promote women and unisex clothing no other rappers on that besides Young Thug, but people praise Young Thug for it. But when Jaden does it, he's doing too much. That shit makes no sense to me. But yeah, I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for watching this video. Y'all have loved to watch it yourself on my commentary. The link will be down below. But hey, you already saw it. Don't watch it. Actually, you know what? Don't watch it. I'll post it, but don't watch it. That nigga stupid and he don't know what the fuck he talking about. He only going off of shit that the media post about him without actually doing research on Jaden and what he actually be doing himself. He don't do it, but yeah. Comment, like, subscribe, and all that stuff. I love y'all, and I will see you on the next video. I love y'all so much. Peace out.
No struggle, no game. I've been through everything. What is pain? They don't know me and little bros raised. Since the jit was